Gently close your eyes. Do deep breathing. We will chant Om once together. Synchronize the chanting of Om with your exhalation. Breathe in. Sahana vavatu, sahanau bhunaktu, sahaviryam karavavahai, tejasvinavaditamastu ma vitvishavahai. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Gently open your eyes. We'll chant from verses 66 to 70 of chapter 2. Nasti buddhirayuktasya
Nasti buddhirayuktasya
nachayuktasya bhavana
nachayuktasya bhavana
nacha bhavayata shantihi
nacha bhavayata shantihi
ashantasya kutah sukham
ashantasya kutah sukham
indriyanam hi charatam
indriyanam hi charatam
yanmano vidhiyate
yanmano vidhiyate
tadasya harati prajñām
tadasya harati prajñām
vāyurnāvamivāmbhasi
vāyurnāvamivāmbhasi
tasmādhyasya mahābāho
tasmādhyasya mahābāho
nigrihītāni sarvaṣah
nigrihītāni sarvaṣah
indriyānīndriyārthebhyah
indriyānīndriyārthebhyah
tasya prajñā pratishthitā
tasya prajñā pratishthitāh
ya nishā sarvabhūtānām
ya nishā sarvabhūtānām
tasyām jāgarti sañyamī
tasyām jāgarti sañyamī
yasyām jāgrati bhūtāni
yasyām jāgrati bhūtāni
Sa nisha pashyato munehe.
Sa nisha pashyato munehe.
Apuryamanamachala pratishtham.
Apuryamanamachala pratishtham.
Samudramapah pravishanti yadvat.
Samudramapah pravishanti yadvat.
Tadvat kamayam pravishanti sarve.
Tadvat kamayam pravishanti sarve.
Sashanti mapnoti na kamakami.
Sashanti mapnoti na kamakami.
Hari Om, and a very good day to all of you. So last week we were seeing verse number 67, wherein he says, the mind which follows the roving senses, indriyanam charatam yat manah anu vidhiyate, that which follows, indeed carries away the wisdom, like the wind carries away a boat on water. So I was explaining to you the law of connection, not only between the various points in a single verse, but also the connection between different verses. And I was explaining last week, I think so, where how this law of connection is what rules life. Everything in the world is interconnected. You cannot separate one aspect alone and try to solve an issue. Many people, many of you were greatly inspired when you heard this law of connection and interconnection. So I'll give you some more subtler points about that today. Why I'm introducing this law of connection here is because we are nearing the third chapter. Now the third chapter is Karma Yoga, the yoga of action. Karma means action, it also means reaction. So not only will he be covering what is action, but he'll also be covering what is the connection between action and your life, action and the results which you are getting in your life, action and your inner state, action and your mind. What is the connection between action and spirituality? Everything will be covered in detail. So this understanding of this law will be of immense help when we go to the third chapter. See, you have 4 aspects within you. These, you can call them as aspects. We can also say they are 4 stages of development in an individual. What is this first aspect? The first aspect is the tendency to vacantly gaze at things. No questions, no awareness, just simply going through life in a mechanical way. If you really analyze your life, you will find a major portion will fall under this category, where you'll just be going through the motions of life without any questioning, without any thinking, without any kind of inquiry, Now that is the state of total tamas, total ignorance. Because when ignorance envelops your personality, then you are totally involved in whatever is happening at that moment, and you forget the very purpose for which you started that activity. Why are you doing all these activities which you're doing today? When I say today, I mean in your life, Have you ever thought about it? So when you do things mechanically, what happens is, when that tendency is very strong in you, what will happen is you will get influenced by the world. Whatever the other person does, you will also do. This is called herd instinct. When all the sheep are going, one sheep will follow the other. The next sheep will follow this sheep. Entire line will just be walking mechanically. Many years back, there was an incident which happened where the sheep were all going in a line, each one was following one another, and the first sheep, it was on a cliff, the first sheep fell from the cliff, and the second one also followed and fell and died, the third one, fourth one by one, all the sheep fell down and died. This article came in one of the newspapers. This is called herd instinct. Many people ask me, how do we not get influenced by the world? Unless and until you work on this tendency within you to just vacantly gaze, to live your life mechanically, you will not be able to stop others from influencing you. Sometimes the influence may be positive, sometimes the influence may be negative. Invariably, more than 90% of the influence will be negative, because the mind has the tendency to get attracted to something negative. So the moment you see somebody, immediately you will start following whatever that person is doing or whatever dress that person is wearing. A classic example of this would be, when a particular celebrity has a kind of hairstyle or wears a particular kind of dress, mechanically thousands of people or many people follow that. And then after a few months, when that celebrity changes his hairstyle, now immediately all these people change their hairstyle. This is not at all good from a spiritual point of view, because you are not allowing your personality to flower. You are not yourself. So this is the first tendency, I would say the lowest state. When you're predominantly living your life like that, then it becomes a purposeless life. Even the so-called spiritual activities you may be doing mechanically, you need to check. You may be going to a temple or any place of worship, or you may be doing certain rituals. Why? Because you saw others do that ritual. What is the significance of that ritual? What is the meaning? You never ask. Generally, parents are quite happy if the children mechanically follow whatever they are saying. But if you really think about it, that is not good for the child. When a child asks a lot of questions, why are you asking me to do this? Why should I light a lamp, for example? Whatever be the questions, when the child asks questions, that is a very positive sign. Problem is, the parents don't have answers. Therefore, they try to stifle the questions. We say, so some people say, oh, my child is a very well-behaved boy or well-behaved girl. I'm putting that in quotes, well-behaved. Well-behaved means, what they mean is leading a mechanical life without questioning. This is called the tendency to gaze. Just you're in a vacant state. The awareness is least. The topic is Sthita Prajna. Prajna means wisdom, awareness. When the awareness is not at all developed, then you tend to be very mechanical in life. Why did you get educated? Oh, everybody got educated, then I want to go I want to take up a job. See, it is just a mechanical thought flow which is instilled in everybody's mind when he or she is young. So I have seen even some very top people means successful people in their field, leading a very, very mechanical life in other areas. So you need to examine your life. This is the first tendency, first quality. The next tendency within you is the tendency to connect unconnected things. When your awareness increases a little bit, then you start seeing the effects and you try to connect it with something else. That is a positive sign when compared to the first level where you lead a mechanical life. Now you're trying to connect things, but you connect the wrong causes to the wrong effects. That is called the tendency to be superstitious. If you go deep within you, you have many, many belief systems. These belief systems have been acquired due to superstition. Out of those beliefs, you will find the majority of the beliefs will just be superstitions. See, belief or faith is a very positive quality, provided it is not blind faith. So why is it that you're doing certain things or many things in life? It's because you believe that thing has to be done in that way. Why? Have you ever questioned? Even in spirituality, people have so many superstitions. Generally, superstition comes when some kind of effect happens and an immediate cause, even though it may be unrelated, that would have been there, and you connect those two. Like you start out at a particular time and something goes wrong, or you go using a particular route and something goes wrong, then immediately the mind registers that and it connects the time which you started from your home, or the path which you took, to the result which came in your life. In South India, in Tamil Nadu, there is a very famous, I would not say this is a saying, but this is a very superstitious line which I have often heard. Whenever they discuss something, and supposing somebody rings a bell, it may be even a calling bell or any bell, they'll say, "Pathingla mani adikkudu," which means, see, the bell is ringing. How it originated is, when initially when people were near a temple and when they were talking something, and at that time the temple bell used to ring, then they took it as a good omen. Oh, the temple bell is ringing, so there is a divine blessing I have received. It's a psychological phenomenon, no? Now slowly, that belief further deteriorated. At least in that, there is some kind of a connection with divinity, But after that, they thought that any kind of bell, if it rings, no, that's a good sign. And I've seen people, when they are discussing something and the cell phone rings, they say, "Pathingla mani," which means, see, it is ringing, the bell is ringing. So it's a positive thing. I'll go ahead with this business deal, they say. That may be totally detrimental. They don't analyze. They just go by these kinds of superstitious beliefs. Like this, if you were to examine your life, you will find that a good portion of your life will be ruled by superstitious beliefs. If you want to grow spiritually, you need to overcome that. Now, as the prajna in you increases, as your awareness increases, then you enter into the third phase. That is the tendency to question and connect the right causes to the right effects. Scientific inquiry. See, most people, they think the second state is spirituality. People who are having a lot of superstitious beliefs, they are considered as spiritual today. That is what has been beautifully indicated in the first chapter. As long as Arjuna's mind was calm, he found everything was fine. But the moment his mind became disturbed, he told Krishna, Krishna, listen, I am seeing bad omens, he said. It is directly related to the condition of the mind. Here, Lord Krishna himself was sitting there, and to him, he is telling him about bad omens. So you tend to get into superstition when you are weak. When some problem is bothering you a lot, that is when you start losing your thinking capacity. Even when you are devoted to your guru, a true guru will never ever encourage blind devotion. See, blind devotion is not true devotion. Devotion always comes through that connection, the deep connection and understanding. See, supposing there is a student who doesn't do any sadhana. There are many students like this. They don't do the sadhanas given by the guru. And they just simply say, oh Guru, give me the healing. My guru is there, he will take care of everything. This is blind belief. This is superstition. A true master will never encourage superstition. He will rather encourage the students to discover. He will encourage the students to put an effort, do the sadhana. He will not say, you just relax, I will give you all the grace, I have powers and I'll make you get everything in life, I'll make you grow spiritually, just believe in me. He will never say that. He will rather give you the path and say, follow these things. I will help you in the path. I will invoke the higher energy and give you the strength to burn up all the karmic blocks. All that can be done. But the moment you get into superstition, you will stop putting in the efforts in the right direction. You will start taking shortcuts. Today that is understood as spirituality. So the third stage is where you start thinking more, your awareness is increased. Now you start relating the right causes to the right effects. If some result is happening in my life, some negative result, what is the cause for that? You start probing. See, supposing a person insults you. Now, if you're superstitious, you'll say, it is my bad time, that is why he's coming and insulting me. If you are in the third stage of development, you will say, he is insulting me because I had done this earlier, or he is jealous towards my progress. Whatever be the cause, some probing you will do. So you should start developing the tendency within you. Initially, you may not be able to penetrate and find out the deeper causes. It does not matter. As long as you put in effort to connect the right causes with the right effects, you will be progressing spiritually. And when you do sadhana, as your prajna increases, you will become deeper and deeper. See, scientific inquiry is not only about the external world. See, what does scientific inquiry mean? Scientific inquiry means you neither accept something blindly, nor should you reject something blindly. Today, in the name of science, people reject so many things without any inquiry. That is not scientific. Or the moment the word scientific is used, they immediately believe it. There are lots of people who believe in science also in a superstitious way. Then even though they are dealing with science, they are not scientific. Please understand this. So in spirituality, the law of cause and effect is what is explained, is what you need to absorb. Every effect has a cause, and the cause can be an immediate cause, it can be a deeper cause. So when you start this scientific inquiry, when you're connecting the causes with the effects, now you get to understand the various laws of life. That is the third stage. And then as your prajna increases, as your awareness increases, as your wisdom increases, you get into the fourth stage, which is the stage of contemplation. In this stage, you are able to penetrate deeply and you will start discovering the spiritual laws, the deeper causes for what is happening in your life. So when you say that this is happening because of this, it may be just the immediate cause. But what is the deeper cause? See, even if you take, let us take a simple example. Now, you're having a loss in your business. Now, as I told you, if you're superstitious, you will get into very many other beliefs which have nothing to do with the actual cause and effect. But the moment you get into the third stage of scientific inquiry, then you will say, okay, what are the mistakes I made? Did I plan properly? Did I execute properly? So all these things you will start seeing. Did I take a decision when things were not conducive in the market? So these are all the various points which you will consider, you will analyze. But when you get into the stage of contemplation, you will directly relate that to the energy field which you are creating within you. What is the kind of energy field which I am having within you? What are the within me? What are the kinds of thoughts? What are the kinds of emotions? What is my bhavana? What are when you become more spiritual, you will start questioning what are the karmic blocks which I have created, as a result of which this is happening. This is the tendency or the stage of contemplation. It is a very advanced stage. Now, once you get into this stage of contemplation, your prajna will go on increasing day by day. You know, he says, here he is covering how the prajna is taken away. Now, through this law of connection and interconnection, we can go on increasing the prajna. And when you really develop, when is it that you become a sthita prajna? It is when you connect that supreme, infinite God principle, if you call it God or by any name, but that supreme, infinite power to your life. When you go on developing, that is when you will be able to connect the divine power to your life. You will start seeing your entire life as a play of divinity. As Shakespeare says, there is a divinity that shapes our ends. As a Tamil Siddhar said, avanindri oru anuvum asayad, which means without that supreme power, even an atom cannot vibrate. So a sthita prajna is one who is always connected. He is established. Sthita means being established. He is always established in the divine, He is always connected with the infinite. It is only when you move to that fourth step and when you advance in your sadhana that you can become a sthita prajna. When you are in the first two steps, you are far away from truth. When you move into the third step, it is a good start, but you are still quite far away. You are only connecting the external causes to the effects. Even though they may be right, they are all just immediate causes. Why does a plant come? Because of the seed. Why does the seed come? Because of the fruit. This is the immediate cause and effect. But when you go to the stage of contemplation, then who is now maintaining this law that the seed should come from a fruit and from the seed a plant should come? All these things, who is determining? What is the higher Shakti, higher power, which is ruling the whole world? So spirituality is not against science. It is going further deeper into your life. Why am I born with certain tendencies? Why am I born with in a particular way? Because of genes. This is the third level, the law of cause and effect. But why should I inherit this gene? Why did my neighbor, why was my neighbor born in the next house where he inherited a different set of genes? And even when I inherit the gene, among siblings, why is it that for one child a particular gene becomes more active? Another person, the same gene is recessive. Why is that? Why is one gene dominant? So when you start thinking, when you start asking why, that is when you get into the stage of contemplation. The more you ask yourself why are things happening, the more your prajna will start growing. Immediately don't try to find an intellectual answer. Now don't send me a list of questions. Why is this happening? Why is that happening? It is not an external question answer thing which I am talking about. It is that internal quest. In one of the later chapters he'll be saying, who is a student, perfect student? One of the qualities he gives us, pariprashnena, means questioning. Prashna means question. It's not an intellectual question. He's talking about that internal quest. When you go on increasing the prajna in the fourth stage, a stage would come where you will start asking yourself deep, it's a meditative process. Who am I? I'm experiencing everything in life, but who am I? Last week I told you to be very clear about what you want. In the last few weeks, the goal has to be clear. But now I'm giving you a much higher principle. If you can catch it, you catch this. When you say, I want something, who am I first? Am I this body or am I these emotions? What am I seeking? What am I doing here? It's a divine question. The great sage Ramana Maharishi, he had no knowledge of the scriptures and all that. But he had this quest within him. When he was very young, who am I? Obviously, he has done a lot of tapas in the past birth. Otherwise, that quest will not come at such a young age. He went on probing. Okay, supposing I die, the body will be burnt. but still I am existing, it is my body, then who am I? That is the ultimate awareness. When you start getting into that kind of inquiry, it happens only through regular sadhana. You cannot try to force it. One man was telling me, "Sir, I read Ramana Maharshi and after that I started practicing." I said, "What did you practice?" He said, "Simple. He is saying we should ask, who am I?" So every day, 3 times a day, I just ask myself, who am I? Morning, and then before lunch I ask myself, who am I? And then before sleep, who am I? This is not a simple sadhana like this. Like how you take tablets, before food, after food. Like that is saying, I'm asking, who am I? It is not a verbal question. It is not an intellectual question. It is a very, very deep quest. Who am I means you are separating the consciousness from the matter. You are merging the conditioned consciousness with the pure consciousness, pure awareness. That is when the prajna becomes infinite, the prajna becomes 100%. You become a sthita prajna. So if you want to become a sthita prajna, you start following this law of connection. You start absorbing that idea. Find out in your life what are all the areas where you are leading a mechanical life. Try to bring in some purpose there. Then also examine your belief systems. What are the areas where I am having a lot of superstitious beliefs? Because see, the moment you have a superstitious belief, it will give rise to various negative emotions like fear, anger when somebody does not accept whatever you believe in. So these are all signs, by which you can easily find. And then find out where are what are the areas in your life where you are logical, you are seeing the cause and effect. That is a good start, but don't be satisfied with that. Now the whole exercise is to deepen that quest. Don't be satisfied if somebody tells you, it is raining because of the clouds. That is just an immediate cause. The cause for this disease is this virus. Okay, a little more you may go. The cause for that disease because your immune system was weak. That is only at the physical level. But then you go deeper and deeper, you will find that the cause of the disease will lie deep, deep within you. There would be some emotional block. There may be some pranic block. See, the whole wisdom starts unfolding from within. A guru comes into your life only to awaken that wisdom from within you. Not to make you more and more superstitious. Even these Sunday lectures, if you are watching mechanically, then it is of no use. Then you are in the first step only. If you are watching it in a superstitious way, somebody told me that if I just switch on every Sunday and if I keep listening to this, good things will happen in my life. That is a very superstitious way of doing it. Then you may relate, some practical points and all are given, the third step, so I can go and practice this. That's a good start. But you should try to step up and move to the 4th stage of contemplation. The moment you go into the stage of contemplation, now you will find the energy flowing from the master will start reaching you. It will give you immense healing. It will transform your life. It will purify your mind. It will purify your bhavana. I want to know the very purpose of life. I want to know who am I. I want to know what I am doing here. When you come to these lectures with that kind of a quest, you will receive maximum. See, the Master is giving infinite energy. How much you receive will depend upon what your seeking is. Whether you're doing it mechanically, somebody asked you to do, so you're doing it mechanically, or whether you're doing it in a superstitious way, or whether you're doing it in a logical way, or whether you're doing it in a spiritual way. See, if you get caught in any of the first three stages, that will prevent you from becoming spiritual, even logic also. Some people, in the name of logic, they close their minds, they close their thinking after a while. As I told you, true scientific inquiry means inquiring. See, neither accepting something in a blind way nor rejecting something in a blind way. But you should test it out and inquire for yourself. When these great masters are saying that, when you surrender to the Guru Shakti and when you do the sadhana, these things will happen. You need to do all that and find out in your life. Not just do it for a few days or few weeks and say, oh, this is not happening, that is not happening. Then your approach itself is very shallow. So a guru always gives. You don't need to ask. You need to increase your receptivity. So in another couple of months, Guru Purnima is coming, no? We'll be having a powerful sadhana during that time. Now, Guru Purnima is not merely just praising the Guru. No Guru wants anybody's praises. True Guru, I'm saying. Guru Purnima is in opening up ourselves so that we become receptive to the grace of the Guru Shakti. The emphasis there is in becoming receptive. This time, Guru Purnima, we'll do a special meditation. Every year, Guru Purnima is something which is very special, and each year, whatever is required according to what you're receiving, I keep I keep deepening the energy of those sessions. So this is how you evolve and you become a Sthita Prajna, by using the law of connection and interconnection. So the mind which follows the roving senses indeed carries away the wisdom, like the wind carries away a boat on water. So last week I gave you the deeper principles of this example, what the sadhana messages we can get. So number one, you are there, then the boat is there, the water is there, the wind is there. And you're going to travel in the boat. So the boat is the wisdom. See, why they are saying boat is the wisdom is, in order to take up any journey, what you require is the wisdom in that field. If you want to progress in any field, you require knowledge and you also require the necessary practical skills. So knowledge plus the skills is what we call as wisdom. Even in spirituality, you require a basic knowledge, but that is not enough. Then you need to do the sadhana and you need to gain the practical skills. Then you become a person of wisdom. So it is a wisdom which helps you progress in life. It is not merely knowledge. See, if you think about it, in any field, there are lakhs and lakhs of people who are qualified, in the sense who have got degrees in that field. How many engineers are there? How many doctors are there? How many lawyers are there? In every field. But who are the people who are successful? Those who have developed wisdom in that field, who don't stop with mere bookish knowledge and degrees. That intuitive wisdom you acquire as you progress and practice in that field, So you require the boat of wisdom to progress in your life, more so in spirituality. If you want to move from the finite to the infinite, this shore represents the finite, the other shore is the infinite. Now you want to become a sthita prajna, you want to unfold the infinite. What is the tool which is going to help you in this path? It is the boat, it is your wisdom, prajna. That is why I covered these 4 stages, pertaining to the law of connection and interconnection. I covered the 4 stages. Because when you move from stage 1 to stage 2 and stage 2 to stage 3 and from stage 3 to stage 4, in that process you will be strengthening your prajna, you will be strengthening your wisdom within you. The boat will become stronger and stronger. So you need a strong boat. If the boat is weak or the boat has holes, then it will sink. So the more strong your wisdom is, the better you will be able to progress. Now when you progress, you will face 2 kinds of challenges. One is the external challenges, the other the internal challenges. Challenges are a part of life. A problem-free world is an imaginary concept. It's a utopia. It's not possible. Don't think that if you do sadhana there will be no problems. You will get the capacity to convert all those problems into opportunities. Why are problems a necessary part of life in this design of the world? The challenges, the problems are an inherent part of the world. Right now I'm talking of external challenges. Then we'll come to the internal challenges, But first you need to understand that challenges, when used properly, actually help you grow. The external challenges actually make you a better person when you come out of them, when you successfully overcome them. When you are not equipped properly, then the same challenges will pull you down. This wisdom equips you. Imagine there are absolutely no problems, no challenges in a life. Supposing a child is brought up in a way where there are absolutely no problems which the child faces. Everything, the parents are so overprotective and they bring bring up a child like that, that child will never grow. Some parents make that mistake. They become overprotective about the child. They never allow their son or daughter to make any mistakes in life. It's a learning process, When the child faces some problems, they will make mistakes, they will learn. That is how you grow. But when you're too overprotective, then you don't allow the child to become strong from within. So when your wisdom is strong, you will welcome challenges. The more the challenges, the greater is the opportunity for you to grow. You see, lotus, which is so beautiful, it blooms in the dirty waters. It doesn't complain that the water is dirty. It still blooms. Similarly, don't complain that there are challenges in the world. If you gain this wisdom and if you face those challenges squarely, you will become a very, very strong person. You should come to that level where all the ups and downs of life, of the world, which is represented by the water here, Ambasi means water. The ups and downs, they don't topple you at all. You are able to still progress with those ups and downs. That is what, as a sadhak, you should try to achieve first. So this is the first kinds of challenges, the external challenges. Then is the internal factor, the internal challenges. That is, it is Vayuhu. He is comparing it to the wind. More subtle, Water you can see with your eyes, wind you cannot see. So he is comparing the wind to the emotions which are subtle. So your own emotions, when they have no direction, when they are not under your control, can topple you. When your emotions are under you, then they become an immense source of strength. Actually, emotions are your strength. But instead of being strong with emotions, today you are becoming weak with emotions because the process itself is not under your control. The moment, a boy and a girl meet each other, they fall in love. What happens? See, the terminology itself is falling, which means you're becoming weak. That is not true love. True love actually makes you more strong. Thereafter, they don't feel like eating. They don't feel like doing anything. So anxious. One day, if the other person doesn't send an SMS or WhatsApp message, immediately it disturbs the mind. You're unable to sleep. One girl has sent a mail, the boy whom she likes is ignoring her. That is so much disturbing her. Is this a good state to be in? Just think about it. Any emotion, I'm only giving this as an example. A mother develops a lot of love towards her child. It is natural. But then when that becomes attachment, then that starts weakening you. You become so overprotective. And as the child grows, you are unable to give that freedom to the child. Anywhere you take an emotion, when that goes out of your control, then that starts weakening you. The same wind, when it is directed, when it is used properly, it can help the boat to reach its destination faster. It's difficult to row against the wind, no? So you can go with the wind. That capacity you have. You have the capacity to convert the wind of emotions within you, which are acting against you, which are pulling you down. You have the capacity to convert those emotions into a supportive factor. How do you do that? It is only when your destination, when your goal is fixed, that you get this capacity to use all these forces to reach your goal faster. When you have no goal, no aim, if you're leading a mechanical life or if you're leading a superstitious life, you cannot apply these principles. It is when you come out of your tendency to be mechanical, you come out of your tendency to be superficial, and also when you come out of the tendency to be satisfied with mere external logic, that is when you can apply these principles and transform your life. So when you fix your destination very, very clearly, then what happens is, whenever the external challenges come, you will only think about your goal which you need to reach. How do I handle these challenges so that I can reach my goal? Supposing a huge block comes, you will not get frightened. Instead, you will look for a way, another path where you may take a diversion and again go back to your stream. That calmness, that strength to even change the course of your activity in order to reach your goal will come if your goal is very clear. See, the first step in making your prajna strong, your wisdom strong, is fixing a goal in life. The ultimate goal of self-realization. See, why is he talking about Sthita Prajna, the second chapter? Before he goes to the third chapter and the other chapters, he's fixing the ultimate goal in the seeker's mind first. Now you further relativize it. Ultimate goal is becoming a Sthita Prajna. And what are all the various relative goals in different areas of your life? In each area, if you can just visualize this example, supposing you take your career. See, I'm giving you these practical examples so that it becomes easy for you to actually apply. You take those principles and then apply them in other fields also. Let us take an example of career. You want to progress in your career. First, your boat needs to be strong. Are you having enough knowledge in that field? Are you skillful in that field? Who should tell you? Your boss should tell you. You should not simply blow your own trumpet. You should not say, I'm working so hard, but my boss is not recognizing. You may be working very hard, but in a very mechanical way. So are you having all the necessary skills? Is your boat strong first? Ask experts in that field and find out. A very successful businessman, in his interview, he was saying that how I came to this level is I always used to work with people who are better than me in that work, that job. So in that through that process, I kept on learning. I kept on improving my skills, and that is how I have come to this position. It's a beautiful idea. He is practicing the same principle only. He may not call it Bhagavad Gita. It's not the name that matters. It's a principle which matters. So is my boat strong? Do I have a clear-cut goal? Now when these two things are clear, then you will get the strength to face the challenges, the external challenges and the internal challenges. So do I buckle down? Whenever something goes wrong outside, immediately I stop putting in my effort. If that is your state, then how will you progress? So you will have to attend to that. Whenever some emotion comes, do I stop working effectively? Some people say, today I don't have the mood to work. Today I had a bad mood. If you are having too many mood swings, as a result of which you're not able to act properly, then the productivity and efficiency will come down. No point in blaming others. So apply this wisdom, find out what aspect is not strong in you. Is a boat strong? Is not strong? What about the goal? Am I having a very specific, clear-cut vision? Do I lack the ability to face the external challenges? Do I have the ability to face the internal challenges? Am I very moody, or am I able to handle my moods and emotions and direct them towards my chosen goal? So find out. That is your sadhana. The same challenges, external or internal, I told you, they can either topple you or they can make you very strong. See, if you don't have emotions at all, then you will never grow spiritually. But if you have emotions and you're completely under your emotions, then they will weaken you. You should learn to rise with emotions. The beauty of a human being is to have emotions and use the same emotions to purify himself or herself. So when you fix a goal in life, you get that power to guide your emotions. Put all your emotions in your goal. See, today you are frittering away your emotions in things which you actually don't want in life. A classic example is this pandemic which is happening now. How many hours in a day do you spend in acquiring information about how many people are dying, what is happening here? There are articles which people have written about how exactly the virus attacks the heart, how exactly the virus attacks the lungs. How many hours are you spending in getting information like that and developing, those kinds of emotions like fear and panic? Then you're directing all the emotions to something which you actually don't want. What is it that you want? You want to remain healthy. What you don't want, right now if I ask you what you don't want, I think universal answer will be, I don't want to be afflicted by the virus. This is what you'll say. But you're generating and directing all your emotions towards the virus only. Then what will you get? Just think about it. Instead, why don't you generate all your emotions and direct them towards health? How? By reading positive news. A good percentage of the people, majority of the people have fought and have survived. Take in that news. How have they survived? Their own immune system has fought the virus. So study how the immune system can fight the virus. Our immune system is so beautiful. It has a gentle immunity. It has a specific immunity. The adaptive immunity. Where if the virus mutates, the immune system can study that mutation and produce specific antibodies. So when you learn that, then you will generate positive emotions like confidence, which will increase your self-healing powers, calmness. The self-healing powers of the body will get awakened, and all your emotions will be directed towards the chosen goal, which is health. So first, keep your goals very, very clear in every area of your life: health, wealth, relationships, all the areas. Then find out what are the kinds of emotions I am generating every day and where am I directing them. I want X amount of wealth, supposing that is your goal, but all the time you are generating emotions based on information. Oh, the recession is going on, the going is going to be very tough now, everybody is cheating in the world, so they don't, this is Kali Yuga, you are never paid for whatever efforts you put in. Like this, if you are going to generate emotions, now all those emotions are getting directed towards the goal of not having wealth. That is what will become a reality. See, emotions means energy in motion. So wherever there are emotions, those emotions are going to move. They are going to be in motion. So it is very important for you to direct those emotions towards wherever you want them to go. If you don't fix a goal, if you are not clear, then the emotions will start going helter-skelter. They will keep on moving. And then you will complain and say, this is not the result which I wanted in life. So if you apply these principles in the right way, you will definitely get results. So in any area of your life, if you are not getting the desired results, find out. 4 factors I'd given you. One is the rowing, the effort. Am I having the willingness to put an effort? Is there something wrong with my effort there? Have I given it 100%? The yogic formula is not 100%, 400%. But at least 125, 150%. Am I giving it my best shot? Is that willingness there? And then the next thing you find out is my goal clear there? If you say my goal is health, and if you're all the time thinking about diseases, then your goal is not clear. Then you may have to write down and start repeating that goal on a daily basis so that that goes and impresses itself in the deeper layers of your mind. Then comes the external challenges. So whenever any external challenge comes, immediately do I stop doing my work, do I stop putting in effort? It means again the goal is not strong. You fix a goal, but it's very weak. As you're progressing, something goes wrong, some block comes, you don't get the desired result. Immediately you stop functioning. Then you can never be an achiever. And then the 4th aspect, what about my emotions? Where am I focusing on a daily basis? On things which I really want to achieve, or on negative things which I really don't want in life? So like this, you take in the area of health, you're focusing on diseases and viruses, your mind, all the time. So naturally the emotions will go there only. When it comes to career, you're focusing on complaining. Many people, they give complaints. My boss is not okay. My company is not okay. So all your emotions will be directed towards those negative things. That is not what you want. In relationships, again, you will look at all the negative qualities in the other person. And you will say, this person has that person has, this person has this quality. He or she is very short-tempered, unadjustable. Like this, you will keep on saying. Then that will develop a lot of emotions. And as I told you, emotions will start moving towards the negative thing, which is not what you want. Then that there will be a problem in that relationship. So in each of these areas, now first fix clear-cut goals. What is it that I want? I want health. Define health. I want a very loving relationship, a joyful relationship. I'm just giving an example, but you can put it in your own words, whatever inspires you. I want a nice partner for me in life. I want to grow in my career. Be more specific and you can do. I want to acquire X amount of wealth, money. I want to buy a house. See, even though you may ask me, suddenly sometimes a person asks, some people ask me, sir, aren't these worldly goals, will we get caught up in the samsara? It is better than not having any goal. You will get caught up in the samsara of life only when you have no goal. You will get toppled completely. The water will take you wherever it wants to take you. The wind will also take you wherever it wants to take you. You will be at the mercy of the world and your own emotions. So start fixing goals. And I'm asking you to do it as a sadhana, so you will not get caught up there. Because the ultimate goal of self-realization is also has been fixed. Even if you forget that, one thing alone you need to do, watch every Sunday. The Guru Shakti will always will ensure that ultimate purpose in your life is never lost. So you will not get caught up with all this. You will experience all this, you will outgrow all these, and then you will become one with the infinite. So fix goals and then do things which generate emotions related to whatever you want, and so that the emotions automatically get channelized there. If you want health, read things about health. Read about your immune system. Read about the self-healing powers of the body. That's why this 10-day healing course, which you can access from the YouTube, which I've created, that actually fills you with a lot of energy. That energy comes from emotions only, energy in motion. So that the whole idea is that day 1, day 2, day 3, like this 10 days have been kept, those meditations and whatever wisdom is being given, they will all direct and channelize your emotions towards becoming more healthy. And even the 22-day program which is there, that is a higher program, the empowerment program. So when you register, and I've kept the registration because it requires enormous commitment, 22 days. You have to commit, and only then you will be able to complete that. There also, your whole personality will get channelized, all your emotions towards leading a more healthy and positive life. Like this, in the future, different areas of life I'll be taking up, and we'll see how this wisdom can be applied there. That is the true ancient yogic wisdom, Ancient doesn't mean old-fashioned wisdom. It means that which has stood the test of time. Some people ask, so why should we study the ancient wisdom now? It should be contemporary wisdom, no? Ancient wisdom doesn't mean old wisdom. It means that wisdom which has stood the test of time. See, something works right now, tomorrow it may not work. So anything has to stand the test of time. These are all great, great principles given by the great yogis and siddhas, the holy masters. And these principles are universally applicable at any point of time, in any area of your life. Okay, so we'll stop with this today. Today, I have given you more depth, that is, subtler principles relating to whatever you had absorbed last week. See, if you think about it, it's the same principle of connection and interconnection, and the same boat example, but subtler tips were given, more subtler dimensions have been given. So when you've done the sadhana through last week, you are ready to absorb this. So reflect on these points. They will give you immense power in your life. Never think you are alone in life. Be connected with the infinite. Be connected with the Guru Shakti. Help will always come. Okay? So now we'll do the meditation in the Indihasana. Today, in Indihasana meditation, I will take you very deep and then in a subtle way install these principles. The experience will be very subtle. See, as you progress in spirituality, you will become more and more subtle. The highest diksha, the highest initiation is done in silence only. But the student has to be ready for that, And that silence is not empty silence, it is an explosive silence. It is a combination of Shiva and Shakti, Narayana and Lakshmi, the male energy and the female energy. Anyway, so now we'll do the meditation. Sit in a relaxed way. Gently close your eyes. Do deep breathing. With every breath, I am becoming more and more relaxed. With every breath, I'm going deeper and deeper into myself. The ultimate purpose in my life is to unfold the infinite from within me. The purpose for which I have taken this human birth is to experience the best of the best in every aspect of my life. From this moment onwards, I choose to focus all my energies on the things which I want in every area of my life. I choose to focus all my energies, my emotions towards whatever I want to achieve in every aspect of my life. I awaken the prajna aspect within me, the awareness and wisdom. Offer your gratitude to God Supreme. Offer your gratitude to your Guru and all the holy masters. Slowly come back. Wriggle your fingers, your toes, rub your palms together to create a warmth. Cup your eyes with your palms. Gently rub your eyes, cheeks, forehead, top of the head, back of the head and neck. Slowly open your eyes. Welcome back. So today we had a very subtle and deep session in terms of the points and in terms of the meditation also. So it is very important for you to catch these subtleties, absorb them into your life, and then practice them. It is easy to distract your mind with superficialities, even with respect to the scriptures. But if you want to really grow spiritually, whenever the master gives the subtler points, put in your honest efforts to absorb them. Many people have told me that in their spare time, when they listen to the previous discourses, they find that it is like listening for the first time. Yes, the reason is because so much is being given in terms of depth and subtlety that when you listen to it for the first time, to once, you may not have absorbed everything. Actually, you hardly absorb 5-10% of what is being given. This will be very surprising to you. I'm not talking of mere the points which you're recapturing, but the depth. So that is why whenever you get spare time, you can keep listening to these things. Instead of allowing your mind to wander here and there, when you have some time, just put on any discourse and start listening in a very meditative, devoted way. You will find that something will start happening within you. It's not intellectual understanding I'm talking about, but your personality will become more balanced. The other thing is regarding the 10-day healing program, which I've asked you to see, that you can see how many ever times you want. Some people have asked me whether during those days can I listen to Yoga Sankirtan? Yes. This is an extra thing which has been given. See, now the material also is becoming more. So as we go along, we'll see, because I'm going to give more and more material. So how do you balance out the whole thing? We'll see. So if you're doing Yoga Sankirtan Sadhana, you can do Yoga Sankirtan Sadhana either morning, and in the evening you can listen to this, something like that, you work out. But during these times, this 10-day course will be very useful, and also pass the link to as many people as possible so that they all also get benefited. It is very sad that the emotion of fear and panic is now gripping everybody. And the more they indulge in those emotions, the more their immune systems are going to come down. They will lose their peace of minds. So take it up as karma yoga, take it up as a duty and spread the positivity, Don't worry about whether the other person will listen to it, whether fully or not. And that is all not required, that kind of analysis. With a pure bhav, you start sharing this with people. Why I'm saying that is, I want to give more and more subtle messages. So much is there. Now, when you start serving others, that is a very good way of preparing yourself to receive the deeper messages. Anyway, Guru Purnima is also coming. We are going to have a very powerful session that day. So seva is very important. And if you're able to be a part of the spiritual seva, that is, if you're able to play your part in passing on the information to others so that they can get access to this wisdom, what more is required? Your mind will get completely purified. So that itself, do it as a sadhana, that itself is a very powerful sadhana. Whenever you're sending let us say the 10-day course link or any some other lecture link or something to someone, now sincerely wish that the other person's life gets transformed, and then you send it. Thereafter, it is up to the other person to choose. Okay, so practice seva. It will completely uplift you. It will help, it will prepare you for so many things which we are going to do in the future. Okay? So thank you very much. I'll see you next week. Hari Om.